Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to take a little bit of time this morning to go over something that I feel is a weakness for us right now, but something that we can definitely develop and make it our strength. So what I'm talking about is the close. Now, just to define the word close, the close is the critical exchange point where there is a transfer point from one action to another. This is where you quit selling, talking, promoting, and pitching and get your prospect to take action and exchange something they have for something that you have. This is a science. You really need to just be committed to it as an art and not just a skill. It's something that you really have to work on and develop. The close, unlike every other step in the acquisition of a client, is that specific moment when you acquire an agreement with all the parties who agree on taking a specific action or actions, and things of value are exchanged. If there's no exchange and no action, then there is no close. And if there is no close, agreement followed by action, then there is no exchange. This single step is where you, the salesperson, consultant, account executive, negotiator, mediator, middleman, broker, or whatever you call yourself, finally, and for the first time in the negotiation or transaction, become of any real value and benefit to the prospect. That's right, until you close, you provide no value. Pretty brutal, isn't it? But until an agreement and exchange takes place, you may have been of service, nice, even helpful, but because you have not closed and caused an exchange, you have not really created value. Until the close takes place, there is no real value in what preceded it. So quit kidding yourself. You either close the deal or you don't. And the only reason you aren't is because you don't know enough about this as a science and an art. No close equals no exchange equals no real value. For instance, working out or exercising is a good example to make my point. Do you benefit from exercise if there is no change? Until you actually start getting into shape and receiving the benefits of the workout, the actual working out is just something you have to do in order to get where you received some exchange or benefit from the exercise, the exchange. If you stop working out before you get results, was there really any value? Certainly you can find some value in the first workouts, but that is not why you started working out. Until you start losing weight or improving muscle tone, no real value has been attained. Therefore, you never receive any exchange. You quit before you closed yourself on getting the exchanged value of the workout, and this is what most people do that causes their demise. They were sold on the workout but failed to close themselves on the improvement, the actual exchange point where value is received. This single misunderstanding is the cause of individuals, companies, and the dreamers' undoing. Failure to close on the critical exchange point explains why targets are not achieved, goals are not attained, and dreams are not fulfilled. Does any dream, idea, invention, or concept have value if it never becomes a reality? New way to think. Exchange equals close. For all people, and especially salespeople, this exchange point is a new way to think about the close. I would ask you to start considering that the exchange is actually a better way to describe the point called the close. I'm not going to make an effort to change the language, but if you accept this point of exchange completely and without challenge, it will prove critical to your future and will result in your closing more deals and having what you want. You do not create value by selling, promoting, presenting. You only create value when you get an exchange. That is when you close on all parties taking an action whereby they exchange something. Do not underestimate the point I'm making here. Real value is created only when there is an actual physical exchange made between two parties. Certainly, you can argue that there is a benefit in showing your product, presenting your idea, and being enthusiastic. Of course, there are points gained by being friendly, sharing information, being of service, and making others feel good. Your customer appreciates you for the information exchanged, for your knowledge, and for your service. But there must be an agreement to transfer and actions taken between both parties for any real value to occur. Don't kid yourself. If nothing transfers from them to you and you to them, then nothing actually happened. This is a very important point for everyone. Certainly, anyone with a dream and anyone who is just plain not getting the results they desire in life, you must get an exchange to create value. It is my experience that most people are confused and have the belief that if they know their product, professionally present their product or service, act enthusiastic, and are nice to the customer, then all will be good. This is a fantasy that creates mediocre lives and leaves people at risk in the marketplace to be replaced by those who know, who actually get their products, ideas, and services exchanged for things of value. While the previous characteristics are important, your prospect will rarely pay you for any of them. The close is when you are rewarded for the first time, because it is when you or your company is paid. It is not the promotion, not the persuasion, not the demonstration, not the exchange of information, not the professionalism, nor the enthusiasm, but the close that ensures all parties are rewarded. Everything that preceded this thing called the close, while necessary and vital, is not involved with an actual exchange and therefore has limited value. There's no reward earned until this critical exchange point, the close, occurs. I call this the critical exchange point because there is a specific and finite point where the simple action of exchange is taken. This is critical because unless you know how to close, you will not survive in this world. Closing is the final step in the pursuit of any goal. This thing called closing is not just something that salespeople do, but something that applies to every person. Nothing of value happens until you are able to engender the support, energy, and resources of others. And that doesn't happen until you close the deal. As harsh as it may seem, the close is what separates those who have from those who don't. The critical and vital ability is what differentiates the dreamer from the exceptional individual who makes his or her dreams come true. This thing called the close is the most critical step of any sale, for without it, you won't be successful. Your product, your price, the terms, nor your service will close a customer. Only you can. To the degree that you master this will determine how well you accomplish your dreams and your goals. The world is filled with people who have grand dreams of new products and ideas that may change the world. Most of these never become a reality simply because the dreamer is unable, unwilling, or untrained in how to close others. The truth applies to every business person, fundraiser, artist, salesperson, entrepreneur, stockbroker, doctor, inventor, student, etc. The world is overflowing with grand ideas and big dreams, but is short on people who can close others on the funding, support, and all that it takes to make a dream a reality. It is the ability to close the deal that makes the greatest difference. No other skill in life is more valuable than the ability to acquire an agreement to exchange things of value. The only real reason a person fails in life is the inability to close others on providing resources, energy, money, support, or whatever it is they need in order to achieve what it is they want. You may think that this is an overstatement, but the only reason you know the names of people like Christopher Columbus, Ben Franklin, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Walt Disney, Mother Teresa, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Colonel Sanders, Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama, are because they all were able to close others on their ideas. They were able to garner support from others so they could get their ideas backed with money, energy, and effort. It is a major misnomer to think that the art of closing is confined to salespeople, as it is a skill needed of anyone who wants to move their ideas, dreams, products, and services into the marketplace. To get a job, a raise, a movie deal, a book published, a loan for a house, or even to get married, someone will have to be closed. The close is required to ensure you get what you want in life, both professionally and personally. There is no cost to an individual or company greater than the inability to close products, services, ideas, and dreams. The inability to get the deal done depletes your belief in your mission, dreams, and even your self-confidence. The person that cannot close starts to lose vigor for these things they desire the most, and then start to make excuses of why the dream is no longer achievable. He or she becomes visibly demoralized and starts to give up their quest due to attention stuck on the losses and failures rather than on confidence and competence in the ability to make things happen. The failure to close has devastating effects on the individual and the company, fueling uncertainty, insecurity, doubt, fear, loss of hope, and ultimately more lost opportunities. The losses mount up due to the inability to close, and the expenses are calculated not just financially, but emotionally as well. The inability to close, to finalize agreement, to engender support is the ruin of individuals, companies, and entire industries. Companies fail because they are unable to fund themselves, not because of a shortage of money, but rather the inability to close new business. For every objection that has ever stumped you, there is a solution and a close. The information has been successfully used by hundreds of thousands of people, including salespeople, negotiators, mediators, deal makers, lawyers, entrepreneurs, CEOs, insurance agents, bankers, realtors, financial planners, actors, directors, producers, husbands, wives, students, buyers, politicians, even the hourly worker who wants to keep his job or get a raise. You will need to study these regularly to become a professional at closing others on giving you what you need in order to get your ideas, dreams, products, or service into the marketplace. It is my guarantee that this will be the most effective tool you ever use. It will put you into a very small, revered club of exceptional individuals. Use this daily, and you will gain the ability to close any deal, any prospect, get over any objection to make any dream or idea you have a reality.